all right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Friday. You know what that means. Say it with me. It is Octane Friday. And that's where we kick it up a notch. And I know you guys are expecting me to play Rat or Van Halen, aren't you? Or AC/DC, yes. Not today. Michael Murray, your number's up. You threw down the gauntlet last week and you said Pierce. Actually, Bino. Albino. It wouldn't kill you to play some Rainbow or Deep Purple, would it? So let's talk about that for a minute. You know what? Some of you guys out there are just older than me. It's just a fact. You're older than me. Class 86 here. I moved into that fraternity house. I was 17 years old with a bunch of 20, 21-year-olds. The music difference is pretty big. Because you guys, Frank out there, Paul DeMars, all you people out there, you guys were listening to the Kinks, for example. Before I didn't listen to the Kinks. So the only Kinks song I knew was Come Dancing, and that's because it was on MTV, and that was the early 80s, 82, 83. I didn't know about some of their older stuff. That's a great example right there. I thought You Really Got Me was an original Van Halen song. How about that? I didn't know anything about the Kinks until much later. Sabbath, how did I find out about a Sabbath? Sabbath was I was an Ozzy fan first, except for Paranoid. My older brother, who's your ages, introduced me to that record, and I was obsessed with that, but I didn't hear all that other stuff till much later. So, same is true for Rainbow and Deep Purple. I didn't have any exposure to that music at all. None. Zero. Zilch. Maybe Smoke on the Water. We did cover Smoke on the Water. Great story about that casino burning down. I mean, it's not a great story, but it's a great story about how they got the name of that song. But anyway, I didn't grow up with that. And I'm a huge Sabbath fan. I'm a huge Dio fan. We'll get to that in a second. But I didn't hear... this music was not my music at all until much later. And Deep Purple... really, one of their later albums is the one that I really got into, and we'll talk about that. So who are we talking about today for Octane Friday? We're not going to cover Rainbow today. That's a long story. And again, these bands share kind of a lot of same stories. We'll cover Rainbow another day. But we are doing Deep Purple, and we're going back to this time of year, July 1968. They released their debut record, Shades of Deep Purple, in the UK. And in September, they released it in the United States. This English band debut album, like I said, drummer Chris Curtis is coming out of a band, and he's like getting this project together, and then he scoots out. He's got John Lord, Richie Blackmore, Rod Evans, Nick Simper, Ian Pace, all these guys. They had 2 months of rehearsals, and then they nailed this record down in 3 days. Maybe the 3 days recording, I don't know, it didn't do so well in their home country. It did not sell. It did not chart. Nobody cared. Is it progressive rock? Is it psychedelic rock? Live, they were super heavy. They were loud and hard rocking. It was tough, right? It turns out, United States, we were like, hey, we dig this stuff. We're good. Why? Because of the song of the day. We're talking about the song Hush. That's a Joe South song, by the way. Billy Joe Royal recorded it. But it went to number 4 in the United States. Suddenly they have a hit. And next thing you know, they're opening for Cream on Cream's farewell tour, opening up their first concert in the U.S. is in L.A. How about that? But this song, Hush, is great. But I don't remember hearing Hush in high school. I probably changed the station. I don't know. I was listening to the Thompson Twins. I didn't pay attention to Hush till much later. It's a great song. It's a great song for Octane Friday. On another note, fast forward October 1984, Deep Purple, they pull a bunch of their old guys back from other bands, and they put out their first record in 9 years, Perfect Strangers. Blackmore and Roger Glover come back from Rainbow. Roger Glover, remember I covered him, the song Mask, The Mask. They come in, Ian Gillan of Black Sabbath. What, is this a supergroup? John Lord, who's been playing with Whitesnake, is back. And Ian Pace is playing for Gary Moore. We covered Gary Moore, Still Got the Blues. And Victims of the Future, by the way. But what a record this was. Remember the song Knockin' on Your Back Door? That's where I was like, hey, I like Deep Purple. Perfect Strangers, title track, same thing, 1984. I was like, oh, I love this record. How about that? So those are your bonus tracks for today. You guys remember that 80s? And what do original Deep Purple fans think about that record, 1984. I want to know. Did you like it? Was it heavy enough for you? Not heavy? Was it commercial? I don't know the answer to this. So, Mike Murray, what did you think of Perfect Strangers in 1984 if you were a Deep Purple fan? So, again, your song of the day. We're at 5 minutes. Deep Purple, Hush. It's a good one. That's your Octane Friday song of the day. I want to hear your stories out there. Tell me what you got. As we roll into the weekend, you may not see me until Monday, Tuesday next week. We're at the time of year where I'm spending time up in the mountains. We'll see. Speaking of mountain, we didn't do mountain yet, did we? I digress. But anyway, enjoy it. Deep Purple. You're my boy, Purple. You're my boy, Blue. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.